Hello ladies and lads, and welcome to TLL TV. Wow, I've already stuffed it up. TLL TV, TLL and Friends, and today we are joined by my good friend Joshua. Hello Josh.
Hello, how are we all?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, fantastic, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, that's okay. How's everyone else out there today? Just crickets,
Crowd as well.
absolute silence. As you can see, we are still, hanging out on the couch because, I am still injured. And we have the beautiful flowers here today because on Thursday it is Valentine's Day, which is really exciting for a lot of people, not us. Is it exciting? Is it exciting for you? Do you find Valentine's Day exciting?
No, I didn't book in for myself that night, unfortunately. Yeah, try to keep that one open.
Yeah. I'm hoping I might get a really exciting right swipe.
Turner might slide into my DMs.
I think Turner slides into half of Sydney's DMs. Maybe he'll try, tomorrow night, just get one night ahead and then he can plan the date for Thursday.
It would be nice of him.
Yeah, it would be if he was actually considerate for once.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, I have to put up with him the whole time, cater to him and to his needs, like, he calls me, it's like, look, I don't want to get too carried away.
Turn into Dr. Phil at this rate.
Too emotional.
So what are you wearing today, by the way?
Well, I put a poll out on Twitter, thought I'd go with a few options, so obviously went for the Wanderers home jersey, an EPL jersey, thought I'd go for the hipster jersey, and I'd go with casual clobber. Obviously the hipster one won out with 46%, so
and you know that everything that we do here at TLL is all by Twitter polls.
100%, yeah.
Every single core decision we make.
Politics are elected on Twitter polls.
And in terms of surveys.
Yeah, 100%, thank you the Russians. But yeah, no, the Russians dictated today that I'd be wearing a hipster shirt, so I thought I'd wear my 2014 Al Ali jersey.
It's great, I've never seen it before in my life, it's absolutely excellent.
They haven't played in a while because the club no longer exists. They merged with a few other Dubai clubs under the rule of the UAE leader at the time, so yeah, just thought I'd probably bring this as a hipster thing. They asked for it, that's what you get. Too bad.
Very nice. Well, I'm wearing my Economides Socceroos jersey because, we haven't had an episode since the Asian Cup and since we, clearly didn't win the Asian Cup, and I just bought it, so I wanted to wear it.
Oh, done.
It's brand new, thank you Ultra Football, brand new jersey, and I never usually buy Socceroos jerseys because I've never liked them. I haven't liked the last 3 or 4 years. I bought I bought a Matilda's one. I bought.
Not gonna lie, my favourite was the jersey that we won the Asian Cup in. The traditional 70s style one. Yeah. No,
didn't mind that one. Yeah.
Good on football.
I think maybe from there it went down. Yeah, and I even got my printing. Yeah. They did my printing. They did everything.
15. Yeah, I was jealous when I saw that.
I've got the whole name back there, but I am not getting up because if anyone has seen me try to walk lately, I am not getting up. But that's enough about our outfits, although we could talk about our outfits all day.
Thanks to Ultra Football and to Nike. And that's Ultra Football, found at Alexandria. For all your Ultra Football
needs. And available
needs.
online, ultrafootball.com.
Right. You can get your jersey personally printed.
We need more sponsors. So today is positive zone only.
And that's why I'm here.
That's why he's here, because he's a very positive human being. Crickets again. So on a really serious and happy note, Hakeem was released late last night, as we discovered, who was in a Thai prison cell with the Bahrain. He's technically still a Bahrain, he was born back over there. He's technically not an Australian citizen yet, but he's here under refugee status, so he is an Australian, and he hasn't. So there is still lots of red tape to happen down the track. I mean, his battles aren't done yet, which is why there are, the PFA still has the donations open. If you do want to donate to his legal fees, please do. I mean, I know, we had some tease out that we were putting money towards the legal fees. I'm going to personally put a bit of money in, even if it's like the price of your coffee on a Monday morning, even if it's, $4. If every single person who wrote #SaveHakeem put in the price of their 1 weekly coffee. I mean,
even if it was $1 each.
Yeah, there was over Twitter said there's been about 1.7 million Save Hakeem tweets. If everyone puts in 50 cents a dollar, because there's going to be a lot of fallout. But thankfully he's home. He landed in Melbourne this afternoon. It was, I think everyone who watched those videos surely got emotional watching him go home, everyone hugging him, everyone happy, people who don't know him, people who love him. You know, Foz was there, and yeah, it was just so exciting.
What's fantastic, like if I just quickly, because we've Around the Bloc, along with in collaboration with Destruction of the Box, the Coastie Football Ramble, and the About You Now podcast, have all contributed at least $100 each towards that for the PFA. We all came together and have been trying to organise all that together. We will see a tweet and notice that we've all shared with the link, and that'll come out on Wednesday night. So that's a little bit of a teaser. But yeah, put it towards the PFA there to help out the legal costs and any other kind of costs that have been incurred that have kept Hakeem and his family be able to get them back on their feet in any way possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, anyone, any football fan and any human being can really relate to how it would feel. I mean, he just went for a trip. He just went for a honeymoon, went for a trip. For all we know, he probably has no savings. He's young, I mean, I know when I was that age, I didn't have any savings. I wouldn't have paid any money for a legal battle. So he's got this long legal battle, and whatever had been, I don't know where he's able to get all this money from. So I sort of see it as, if that were me, I don't know what on earth I would do. So I'm sure the kindness of every single Australian and non-Australian that has been part of the hashtag Save Hakeem cause, I think, he'd be grateful to each and every single person.
It's a scary pair of shoes to be even think about being in. So
yeah, exactly. So we're all really happy, and we're all extremely happy with Craig Foster, 100% Australian of the Year in my eyes. If there was a higher, I would vote for it.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's insane. Like, how can you dedicate so much of your time to one emotionally draining cause? Like, that's crazy.
I was having to think to myself today, like, just all throughout this whole debacle, like it surprised me the amount of people that came to the forefront, and it also surprised me the amount of people that didn't come to the forefront, such as the politicians getting in the late stage, FIFA just not writing a statement, FFA just being, it's just the people that I feel like, not to criticise too much on this, because we should be focusing on the positive. That's what this episode's about.
Yeah. But there's always.
But I think it's an absolute credit to the man. He takes on a role and he goes at it 100% of the way. You might not agree with everything he does or says, but he's one person that's passionate and believes in everything that he does, and he pursues it to the end. And this thankfully has been one of those things, because he's saved a life. Yeah,
exactly. So that's absolutely amazing. We are going to move on, because we could talk about this all day, because we're all just so happy that human beings' life has been spared.
And I love a tangent.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're now going to talk about W League, which is even more exciting, because we've got the grand final, because we're in Australia. The grand final is on this Saturday at Jubilee Stadium at 4:30 PM is the kickoff. So
are the Wanderers going to be in it?
Oh, you know what? I heard they didn't get many points.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're hesitating. What do you mean?
Look, the Wanderers women's team didn't do the greatest this season.
Did they do well?
Look.
Finals? Like semi-final missed out? Top 6?
Pretty sure they were last on the ladder. The Wanderers. So, look, if you don't know Josh already, he works with the ATB WSW Around the Bloc team, who is a Wanderer supporter. So he's a very sad human being right now, because I mean, the youth team.
No, we've got to be positive.
Youth team lost the grand final. The women at the bottom of the ladder. The men's team, I'm sure you all know about that, because this is an A-League program. Anyway, back to positivity.
Why the hell did you have to be positive this week?
Why did I bring a Wanderers fan on when it was going to be positive? Honestly, I was setting him up for disaster. But because you won this week. But anyway, again,
is this the roast of my life?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, okay. Welcome to the roast. There's people hiding everywhere, ready to come out.
Just know it.
No, so we did have the semi-finals on Sunday. So we had Melbourne Victory versus Perth Glory, which was absolutely insane. Went to extra times. Sam Kerr with her hat trick.
Yeah.
A goal at a minute 31 or something like that by Melbourne Victory in the lead, and it was just absolute insanity. And then Perth Glory with a steal. So Perth did it away from home and pissed off a lot of Melbourne Victory fans, which as an Adelaide supporter I'm always happy to see. Sorry, Taryn and Jackie, who are, TLL girls, who are Melbourne Victory women's and men's supporters, so soz, but they know how I feel.
Not soz.
But I actually, so Melbourne Victory are the premiers, if you're not following the W League. I was actually going for Melbourne Victory in that game. Don't ask me why, I don't know why. I just turned it on, I'm like, I'm going to go for Victory, which felt really wrong of me because I would never say that about the men's team, but I really enjoyed this women's team.
Is this why you're in crutches? Like, you're just making these weird decisions?
Yeah, you know what, I wish I was on painkillers because then I could, and medication because I would have a reason to blame that. But I've really enjoyed the women's team, the Melbourne Victory women's team this year. But, Perth Glory doing Perth Glory things.
Perth Glory's doing very well in both sets of both male and female teams this year.
Absolutely insane how well they're doing.
Yeah.
Great time to be a Glory supporter. The girls got the win, and then later on by Sunday evening, Brisbane Roar hosted Sydney FC over at Dolphin Stadium, and Sydney FC just dominated. There really isn't much to say out of that game other than that viral tweet that Liana made the video of the girls doing the bop, bop, bop.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it,
defending of the wall.
Liana's got a video of it.
I can get behind a wall like that. That's fantastic.
It was really something, I don't know, like Mario Kart or...
It reminded me of the Inter Milan fixture where they had, I think, no, it wasn't Brozovic because he's a goalkeeper, but they had a defensive midfielder just sliding underneath, laying behind to stop from the ball coming underneath. Yeah.
I love creativity.
Fun out of nowhere. There's ingenuity with the walls now. Yeah.
She didn't score, so they did the job.
It works.
Because Lana Kennedy didn't score.
Don't knock it till you try it.
It was entertaining, but unfortunately for Brisbane Roar, and I say that because you've got the Roar Corps, and Brisbane Roar have such a strong following for their women's team. Yeah. So unfortunately for them, they didn't get the win. And Sydney FC did win, so that means we have a Sydney FC home Jubilee Stadium. So if you are in Sydney, so it's a the home grand final, Sydney FC versus Perth Glory. We will be there super early as soon as those gates are opening. We're going to be there, so we've got 3 TLL girls plus Jono. He's joining us for the day because he's a Sydney FC fan, so he's going to come join the girls. For the evening. Yeah, exactly. He's got a little bit too much facial hair, but we'll make it work because we could just.
He doesn't need to body shame like that. That's pretty.
We could just say that he's a wog. she's Italian, But no, so we'll be there very early. We're going to try and do, if you're not in Sydney or you're a Wanderer supporter, you don't want to be there, fair enough. We'll have heaps of stuff on our Instagram and Twitter and everything, so we'll make sure we show all the fun of the day.
Fantastic.
And probably me falling over at some point because I'm going to attempt sitting in the grandstand for the first time since breaking a couple of bones. So
you heard it here first.
So if you see, if there's a headline of someone's tumbled down, then it's me. And if someone else hurts himself in some way, it's probably one of us because we all. Over the holidays, Michelle ended up with she had a broken finger. Yeah. One of our other TLL girls, Michelle got a broken finger. One of the other girls had internal bleeding temporarily. That was just, so she couldn't finish her article, so I had to jump in.
What kind of show do you run here?
We are an absolute mess.
Do you have public indemnity for me to even be here right now?
God bless Medicare. I love the Australian health system. That's all I can say. God bless them. We're supposed to be talking about W League and not about how much we're all, clumsy idiots. But yeah, so grand final this weekend, and we're really excited about it. Okay, all right, you support the Wanderers. You've got no opinion on anything.
Perfectly.
Wanderers fans everywhere are just very unhappy with me right now.
How rude.
I know. So let's talk about the A-League now.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. Great, fantastic. No, go on. Yeah, please.
I'm on today is like a get shit done sort of day, It's a Tuesday night. Mondays are a little bit more tired because it's Monday, I can't be bothered.
No, it's Tuesday, that's it, we've hit the week now.
Tuesday, it's like...
That's it, we're here.
I can't believe it's already Tuesday.
We've got a show on, we want to talk A-League.
Exactly, A-League.
I want some A-League action.
This is where I get my piece of paper because as I was telling Josh earlier, I have an atrocious memory.
It's alright, well let's kick off with the Wellington Phoenix versus the Newcastle Jets, 1-1 draw.
God, how did he even do that? I even remember the correct scoreline, 1-1 draw.
7 years of presenting on host.
Yeah,
Around the Bloc. A former winner of the podcast Dior. So keep it easier. Anyways.
They are, even if you're not a Wanderers supporter, they're actually very excellent podcasts. And then unfortunately Turner joined. I'm joking, he's excellent.
It's not.
He's occasionally good, sometimes he's okay.
He's really bad.
So yeah, the Newcastle Jets hosted Wellington Phoenix. 1-1 draw, as Josh said. It wasn't really too much to take from this game.
A match that Ernie would smile with.
I don't recall an Ernie smile. I mean, unless, like, I feel like there would have to be like 10 Oompa Loompas rock up with free candy, alongside very attractive women.
With a Joey Chapman set.
The Joey Chapman set and Laurie McKinnon with the gold chains. Maybe we might have a small little smirk.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, 1-1. I mean, I know Wellington Phoenix have been playing really well.
They've been fantastic this season. They've probably been my favourite team outside the Wanderers, to be honest. And that's a big call from me, considering how much I, if you listen to older episodes, I really hope you don't, how much I despised, used to watch Wellington Phoenix. They just lacked a lot of inspiration, but this season it's just been the best surprise of the league so far for me, with possibly exception to Perth, but I'll take an exception to that one.
Yeah.
That one still hurts. But no, Wellington Phoenix have been absolutely fantastic. The way they set up, just defensively well driven, given a lot of freedom between that front line. So Preet Singh has just come into his boots. Like, he's filled them completely well, and we're seeing, you know, like Roy Krishna really take control. You know, it's and you know what, and it's coming from a coach that a lot of A-League clubs have turned down, not giving him the opportunity, and it's great to see him enjoy that. And he seems to be enjoying it with every post-match conference as well, which is fantastic.
I mean, when he's not abusing the referees, but you know, A-League refs, right?
We all got to find the time outside of abusing the referees.
You know, so it kind of, I mean, I originally, I tipped the Knicks to get the win, you know, away from home. So, you know, with how Newcastle have been playing lately, it kind of is, I can't say win to them.
5-1 win, what are you talking about?
Well, against the Wanderers, I mean, you know, 5-1 win exception. I mean, who can't beat the Wanderers 5-1 at the moment? But
Adelaide.
I think
Okay.
Adelaide play them this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. So we beat you 2-1 just the other week.
I might have just cursed myself then.
Because it's the A-League and we play each other all the time. We played like 13 days ago probably.
We technically have a conference system within the system, don't we? In terms of the way the fixtures are set up. You know, you play
the Summer of Heroes just killed us. We were discussing this earlier. Summer of Heroes have just killed us.
I was waiting for the hero to come along, to be honest.
You know, what's the movie, Flashdance? Like, I need a hero. Like, we needed a hero. But he never came. Yeah. And so we go on to the next game. Speaking of heroes, Dylan Wenzel Halls.
Thank you.
The Brisbane
Wow,
War.
you left it late. You wanted to, like, you know, like a great Hollywood movie. Let's ignore January, but February. That's we'll drop this surprise. And what a surprise. Sydney FC get 1-0 ahead, and then boom, as Mr. Zelich would say, it's a Wenzel Hall show.
Yeah, the D-Dubs H is also known as. I know, right? But big props. I've got to say, my brother and I were sitting here just pissing ourselves laughing at the fact that
Sydney FC lost.
Well, it's always a good day when Sydney FC lose. Let's be honest. Unless you're a Sydney FC fan, it's always a good day when Sydney FC lose. Especially when they're 1-0 up and then they lose.
Especially when Jock van der Linden is playing too.
Good times. But I enjoyed Isaac, which is spelt with a Z-A-A-C-K. I-Z-A-A-C-K.
It's cultural.
You know, 16-year-olds these days. 16 years old. I believe 16, and he is currently, I think he must have just started year 12.
Yeah.
And like he had all of his school friends there and everything. We were laughing because it's like we were laughing with him, like at how great that he was, and that he was 16 years old and he was so damn good.
I love the stories around those 16-year-olds playing A-League. Like Rami Najareen down in Melbourne City, like he goes, alright, well, I'll make sure I get on the public transport. And like, no, you're playing A-League, we'll make sure we'll go and get you. Like, you're 16, we get it, that's alright. Like, we don't need your money, like, it's okay. Well, you know, I love those little stories. And it was funny, a week ago he was playing in the NYL Grand Final for Brisbane, and he was, you know, he won that, and credit to them.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, with how Brisbane's been playing lately, you might as well just the whole youth team up there, same with Wanderers, and just chuck the whole youth team because they're great.
Well, when the season's kind of lost, you may as well throw the youth in. If you're not going to give, if you don't give youth a chance when the season's gone, what's the point of having youth at all?
Yeah.
So it's great to see these players come through and cut their teeth.
Both teams, both Wanderers and Brisbane Roar have been playing a lot. Melbourne City have been playing a few more youth as well. Those are probably your top three.
That's probably been a directive, because that seems to be their system down south. You know, and it seems to be working quite well. But yeah, we've obviously we've both Brisbane and Wanderers, but both two teams in the A-League that don't have fees to play as part of their academies, which is fantastic. You know, it doesn't discriminate against anybody and whatever financial constraints that they may have. It's great to see those talent being recognised, and especially in a country where fees to play are extraordinary. Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't find a segue, so I just went with a cliche saying, because we are going to go onto the Western Sydney Wanderers, who hosted Central Coast Mariners at Solar Stadium, and
I'm just going to get comfortable.
Get comfortable for this, because to quote Tatiana,
yes,
you did the thing.
I did the thing.
You did the thing. You got the win.
I did the thing.
You did the thing. Your team did the thing. They got the win.
Well,
they did the thing. They scored the 2 goals.
They did
That's
the
thing that you need to do to get the win.
Yeah, Elridge certainly did a thing. It was a weird thing.
How was said thing?
The thing was thing.
That thing.
Yeah. Well, it was more of a thing come cross to fame that really famed out Kennedy, if you ask me.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a cross that was actually quite a good cross. Came in deep, right where you want to cross. Yeah, that came into a goal.
Yeah.
Like, fun enough, that's kind of where you want the ball to be, 9 times out of 10. But anyways, so it was a good cross, but it was actually a result of a missed header by Orio. He's probably had an absolute nightmare of a season this year. Just killed it last season, and he's killed his confidence this season. So it's a shame to see he's not putting these chances away. So hopefully he finds those boots and knows that his mojo again.
I know, because I really like him. I really like him as a
player. I feel like Dr. Evil's stolen his mojo.
I really want to support him, and I really want to say positive things about him, but it's really difficult. I mean, he's missing penalties. He's getting in the areas. He's not receiving the ball. Sometimes the balls are coming to him.
He's either doing too much work, or he's doing this, or he's just wrong place, wrong time. Just not on the same wavelength as everybody else. So it's a bit of a shame. But look, either way, it's great to see Elrich get a goal. He had a good game.
Did he get credited? Did Elrich get credited the goal, or did that end up being own goal?
I can't quite remember.
I don't know. I never end up checking, and this is what I do. I don't check, and then I just assume that my guest knows everything without telling them to check either. Because it did actually slide through Ben Kennedy's hands. Like, he did get to it.
Yeah.
He didn't quite.
To be honest, it actually broke my sleep. It was a very boring game too.
It was
so like,
really
if anything, I was a bit annoyed. I was having a good afternoon sleep. But no, it was a good goal. It was horrible. It was a boring game. If you were looking for this match thankfully this was at the 5:35 slot. And it wasn't the night game, which was on free to wear. That's trying to promote the A-League, because this one would have fallen real short. So at the moment, if you're Channel 10, you'd be asking for games that don't involve us or Central Coast Mariners.
Well, I mean, it was a desperation derby. Let's be honest. It was the relegation battle. So we don't even have a relegation around here. So I can't even say the word.
Yeah.
But it was dead set. It was a relegation battle.
Well, it was a relegation battle for a lot of the players out there. That's for sure. Because they might not be seeing their spots back in the team.
But I was saying earlier how great Soterio was, though. I thought he did score. He did the thing. He scored the thing.
He did his thing. He got through.
I thought he was quite good. I mean, I know we all mock him from time to time because he's a bit of.
It was actually a lovely setup for a goal too. It was actually lovely. Duke was fantastic as well, because he was really lively. He was able to pull players out of position for Rolly to create that pass through to Soterio to get on with. And it's been no secret this season that Soterio's been asked to, you need to start showing these goals here, because we've got enough kids, we've got enough talent coming through that will happily take that spot. And he's still quite young, despite how many seasons he's played. But he's nowhere near the finished product. But it's great to see him get on the score sheet, take the monkey off his back a little bit.
And it's always good to see a player improving. I think
it's that pre-season to improve.
Well,
it's like giving an employee
I'm that person that gives employees the employee of the month.
Give them 3 years to improve their skills.
That's me. So I just sort of see it as like, well, at least in the situation you're currently in, at least he's making little improvements. At least he's not a shitter. That's, never
Positivity is the
exactly.
the
I'm clutching at straws here, okay?
And
Positivity in the Wanderers.
Positive. And that's what we can be positive about, because I wouldn't have been positive.
They won. They won.
Maybe
because the Central Coast Mariners expected it, but they won.
Yeah.
They did the thing where they won. It's done.
Then we did the thing song.
Exactly, and they got 3 points. So that's all.
We haven't had one of
those
those in 2019.
Oh my gosh, how sad.
Don't.
Alright, so we're going to stop talking about Wanderers before he gets visibly upset.
Yep.
What we're going to do though is we're going to go to a halftime break. I did tell you we weren't doing halftime breaks, but I forgot to turn the lights on.
Yeah, it's also a drink break. so it's a bit of heat.
It's really hot here today, really hot.
Yeah.
We're going to have drinks and we're going to turn some lights on because this is really about to get into the after dark episodes.
And
that's not what we're doing here, You got to tune in at like 11 p.m. if you want that stuff.
Late night.
It's not what we're about, alright? Yeah. So go
and you
grab
need to go
something.
to get my free cams website for that one there, and you've got to be signed up with member.
You need a subscription. We're not doing this stuff for free.
Yeah.
So go sign up to those websites. Please don't. But go grab some chips, some chocolate, something healthy. You into smoothies? Get a smoothie.
Get comfy. Join us back here at the Ladies League.
Really pushing deep into their own area. Confusion in the box there. Well, life's just too short, so 40-metre back passes to the goalkeeper.
To just milk the clock.
Confusion in the box there.
Their attacking thrust. Can they find some penetration?
Hello and welcome back from your halftime / drinks break / the place is a lot more lighter now.
You can see us.
You can see the flowers, you can see our beautiful faces. So thank you
for... now if you enjoy this better. See the number below.
There is no number. But I hope you enjoyed our sponsors at halftime.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of sponsors out there. We need a lot more as well. Please sponsor us. So we're going to continue talking about the A-League. So on Saturday evening, which was the free-to-air game, was Melbourne City hosted Adelaide United. And both teams, it was quite exciting for both teams because both teams haven't been playing with a striker and they just signed strikers.
Yeah, both teams are kind of like dark horses as well. You don't know what, Wellington Phoenix you can't talk about, but those two, they've been hanging around above Wellington Phoenix throughout the whole season. Everyone keeps on talking about Adelaide United and how much they need a striker, and now they've finally got one. Same with City, they've got a world-class striker, just not on the pitch.
Just chilling.
Just having, the time of his life with Mate. Now they've finally got Jamie McLaren, so yeah.
And ironically, still, as we speak, still have Fornaroli in the stands. Who knows? But yeah, they got Jamie McLaren, which obviously was a very personal move.
Yeah.
Because he said, his sister she's having her baby, she's pregnant, so his sister lives in Melbourne and the whole family's all in Melbourne. So it's clearly, and obviously he's getting married. I still don't know where the wedding will be. That was my first assumption when I heard the Melbourne City. I'm like, probably wants to go home and get married in Australia.
I heard it because he couldn't cut it.
Yeah?
Yeah, so from what he said, from what I see anyway, from the news that I heard and read about on Twitter from Scotland, just to quickly, he had an absolutely killer time before the World Cup, got called up, and went to the World Cup, and then apparently when he came back, his efforts just dropped completely.
Wow.
I think he was just trying to use it as a shop window, and he really annoyed a fair few people, and then a few guys just said, came back overweight.
Do you think maybe he just didn't want to be there?
Possibly.
Was his head not in it?
I can't say. I'm not an expert on all things Hibernians, but that's from what I see on a few different Twitter accounts that were released at the time there. But they gave him a lot of time there to try and get in the squad, to try and get and I think it frustrated a few fans. To see him leave because they thought maybe it's not clicking so this time around, and it might come good. And he was really good for us before he left, and and it's an interesting move because he wasn't owned by Hibernians, he was owned by Darmstadt in Germany, so it'll be interesting to see how this works with Melbourne City, and because apparently Melbourne City have signed him for 3 seasons or something like that, and I don't know who actually owns him, but
Yeah, I know, I got lost amongst everything.
Whenever it comes to City Football Group, never ask who owns what. It's safer. Just don't ask for transparency.
No. And if you haven't discovered Scottish Twitter, it's hilarious.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Scottish Twitter is so funny. They're so similar to Australian soccer Twitter. Like Scottish Twitter is just, if you can try and just get in there and just get entertained by it all, oh god, it's great.
Anytime that Tom Rogic gets called up for a major tournament, that's your avenue. That's
as we all learnt in the Asian Cup.
Yeah.
But Adelaide United, so they also got Geordie Thomasen, and I say Geordie very slowly because I actually don't know if it's a Geordie, if it's a Geordie, because we haven't got that far yet.
Could be Thomasen as well.
Could be Thomasen. That's all I've got really. Anyway, he was out there. I kind of don't think he had enough service for us to really make opinions, so I haven't got an opinion on him yet. The highlights I've seen from his career, they look really good to me. I think he looks quite exciting. He's really tall, exactly what Adelaide needed. But yeah, I just don't think, I never think one game is enough for any player to show what they've got.
Well, touch wood that he doesn't get an injury.
Oh god,
it's back to George
Bubba
Blackley.
Diawara all over again.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that Bubba Diawara is still signed by Adelaide United. He has not played many games at all, and when he has played games, he's been not impressive at all. I don't understand this obsession that they have with Bubba Diawara. I thought they would get rid of him in January. I would pick...
You need two parties to dance in that one. Adelaide might have wanted to do it and he just doesn't want to accept it, happy to get paid, and then sometimes that happens in the modern game as well.
Yeah.
With Jack Rodwell and Sunderland, if you watch the Netflix documentary. It's a shame like that because you want to see those imports, the imports should be a standard above.
Exactly, and it's frustrating as an Adelaide supporter that we are quite a small club because the city in itself is quite a small city. So we're not really seen as one of the big. We're not the Melbourne Victory, Sydney FC kind of clubs. So to us, it's a little bit frustrating when we can't really get those big numbers to our club, and here we are wasting money on some guy who's just going to not even sit on the bench. He's just going to chill, back at the apartment complex that they all live at, which I was about to say, but I better not.
Rundle Street Mall or something.
That's the only place that exists.
They're going to absolutely get slaughtered.
I would.
They're going to have an absolute big night. They probably book themselves in for a tattoo.
No, they're very modern these days, and they all hang out at Henley Beach. They're very modern. It's more like hipster sort of thing, kind of like how you're dressing these days.
Unbelievable.
It used to be Rundle Street back in the day, and I can't even remember what they're called. Rundle Street, and you'd go in there and you'd see the Adelaide United players, maybe having a couple of smokes.
I got a tattoo from Rundle Street Mall at 3 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, after our first ever away game.
Probably the only thing you can do in Adelaide at 3 in the morning. Get that and have a Euros.
That was fantastic.
The only two things you can do.
Yeah, it was absolute mayhem. It was great.
So is that what's on your back? Is that what Stefan was referring to? Stephen was...
I
called him Stefan before Stephen.
He's
not going to be happy with me.
He's not going to be terribly impressed. No, I got a tattoo on my back. That's what he was referring to. Yeah.
What does it say?
It says Fortuna 95.
Okay.
It's after a German football club.
Yeah.
For my heritage and what I follow, which is Dusseldorf in the Bundesliga. Yeah, at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Things you do in Adelaide at 3 in the morning. There you go. You learn something
that should be
every day.
you know how they do the promotions for every state and city, Queensland's beautiful one day, perfect the next. That's what Adelaide should be. Cooper's one day, tattoo the next.
Well, we just found out that the Rosemont is closing now, which is in the corner of Hindley Street, which Hindley Street is the only thing that's really open all the time. And they're closing down, and they used to be really football orientated. I remember it was you could go, I'd be on a night out, and somehow I'd end up there, and there'd be football on. I'm like, oh, thank God, because I'm not a clubbing person. I used to be, but I'm not a clubbing person anymore. So you just are so happy because you're like, oh good, there's Premier League on. Now I have to go to a shisha bar if I want to watch Premier League, or down to the casino, and it's anyway, enough about Adelaide on a Saturday night, because that's really all we can talk about. Positivity. Let's go back to positivity.
Yeah.
So that game ended up as a 1-1 anyway. Adelaide should have won it, not because I'm an Adelaide supporter, because they started as the better team. They would have gone home with their heads down. I know towards the end, Melbourne City weren't happy that they only got away with 1 point. So first half, Adelaide should have been the ones who won it, but by the time we got to the second half, Melbourne City came all guns blazing. They really should have taken it home. So Neither team would have been happy with that 1 point.
No.
But the way I see it, whenever we go away to Melbourne...
Is there 9 games left after this
isn't that
for
weird?
the money?
Because we're in February.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Well, we almost did a third of the season in January. So, I mean, there's 9 games left, possibly.
Adelaide only have 4 home games. I saw their advertisement yesterday. I was like, what? 4 home games left?
You need a positive run-in for the finals. Those 2 teams need to... Oh, it's mental.
I know. So, yeah,
scheduling,
those 1 to 5... 1 to 5 on the ladder is actually getting quite competitive. 1 to 5 is all sticking to it, so that's going to be very interesting to watch. But then we go over to Sunday. So in between the 2 W League fixtures, we did have an A League fixture. And can I just point out how ironic it was that this weekend? So this weekend was the W League finals, and they somehow were able. They had a Melbourne Victory versus Perth Glory double header, and semi-finals. It could have been anyone. But it just so happens that the W League played that, the A League played that. And what I found even more interesting is that Sydney and Brisbane hosted Sydney FC, both in the A League and the W League, on a semi-final weekend. That just blew my mind.
The A League would have been high-five, FFA would have been high-fiving everything.
The fact that they could have had a double header, and it was great. It was such a great attendance as well. Even the women had a great attendance, and then I think it was 22 or 20,000 ended up at Amy Park for the Melbourne Victory game against Perth Glory, which is an excellent fixture at this point. How both teams are performing, such a great fixture.
Would have been popping bottles.
Absolutely popping bottles for Sunday at 5:18 p.m. And to the people who were losing their minds because of the late kickoff time, because it went off at I think it was 5:18 or 5:20 p.m.
It was worth it.
Because the W League just played and they had to go into extra time, and then the guys had to come out and do their warm up. The amount of people losing their minds on Twitter, and
it's only 18 minutes until you go get another couple of beers, get yourself sorted.
They're all blaming the FFA, and it's guys, there was just a dub game on. Chill, everyone. There's these token guys.
Positivity.
I know. I'm getting angry.
Honestly, a bit more calm blue ocean.
Just and it's great for people who are late. Like Chrissy is late to everything all the time.
We live in Sydney.
She needs these late kickoffs. I don't know if anyone has noticed yet. Every single game kicks off at 7:56 p.m. Soon you will realise that they've actually scheduled at 7:56 p.m. or I guess it's 5:35 p.m. It's 5:30.
That's like when Married at First Sight starts at 7:32.
Is that something else? I can't believe that you're watching more Married at First Sight than I am right now. I watched my first episode last night. I cannot believe that you're more religiously into this than I am.
Well, I'll tell you what, this match was almost like the Bronson and Innes. This match we want to talk about here, the Perth versus Melbourne Victory one, because it had a bit of drama in it. Let's just say, we had some decisions go awry. We had a comeback. We saw some insults. We saw Kevin Muscat get angry.
Oh my god! And Kevin Muscat and the whistle. He got a yellow card for whistling.
I'd honestly, if I was the the therapist, the John Atkins of this match, I would have said to both Kevin Muscat and a few other players that, look, I think we need a reconciliation week this week. It's all about respect. Okay, and what a game. I'll let you.
No, it was. You know what? There's not many actual highlights that we'd sit here and talk about because I think overall the game was just excellent. Both teams are at excellent places, not only in the ladder, within the team. Keisuke Honda returned to his half-hour stint after being sidelined.
This was at WMI, wasn't it? In Melbourne at Swan Street. It wasn't at the stadium that they played. It was a Victory home game. Yeah.
It was Amy Park.
Yeah, Amy Park. Yeah. So even better, a great venue to watch it at.
I love Amy Park.
Yeah, those are the kind of fixtures that you want to see, tight top 5, vying, great comeback kind of. These are the games that you sell the A League on.
Exactly,
it's
and
fantastic.
Perth Glory are just so enjoyable at the moment. It's just crazy just to watch them against this current Melbourne Victory team. It was just such a great game to watch. It was so good to be at, and it was Melbourne Victory fans were just so pissed so many times. You could hear the crowd were insanely aggressive towards the ref and towards everything, because what Melbourne people are like. People from Melbourne like to bitch. Yeah, I said it. They love to bitch and complain. And man, were they ever?
Coffee is the better than Sydney.
Melbourne coffees are better. Exactly. You know what? But it made for a great atmosphere.
But their football wasn't better than Perth's on Sunday. That's right, they did their thing.
We need gifts for this. We need the hair flick and stuff. Great game. Perth Glory did take it home. When I say it, I mean the win. They did the thing. the thing that Wanderers did. Perth Glory took that home and they were happy. They were actually super happy. If you check like a lot of them, their Instagram stories, they were like out till all hours, I swear. Not like party, but they were like, you know, out at cafes and stuff. Oh, they're having a great time.
If they were also at a derby race, they were parading around the winner's circle a little too much, if you ask me.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were showing off a little bit too much, a bit too many.
They were really, really happy, and you know, good on them. You know,
well.
I have put it down that they are winning the league. I know, you know, you got Cass and Garby have been saying it for the past like 2 months.
Well, it was the first time.
I'm finally on board.
Prior to the season, it was the first time that Popovich has won down in Melbourne for a very long time. So, you know, suddenly leaves and go to a different club and suddenly starts winning a different place where, you know, he hasn't won with us in a long time. But, you know, that's about heartbreak. It's all about positivity. This fame is about positivity.
Exactly. It's a time and place to move on.
This fame's about positivity. If I get into a position, we've got to move on. Yep.
Exactly. So we're going to talk about a few other things in Australian football just before we will get to the questions. I don't know how long we've been yapping on for because we don't have our lovely Pia behind the camera today, which is probably why it may look a little bit wonky.
I missed you, Pia.
Yeah, I know. She heard Josh was coming. She was like, I've got to work. No, so, you know, we might yap on for far too long here. But I want to quickly talk about Western Melbourne Group. The people's
Rolls
vote.
off the tongue.
Western Melbourne doesn't it just like the City Football Group. Never
Incorporated.
This is too many acronyms these days. She says that she's got her TLL thing. But, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? There's just too many acronyms. So the people all voted for Western Athletic. What do you think about Western Athletic?
It's not quite confirmed yet. It'll be released soon. TWG, another acronym, the World Game, jumped a little bit too premature and excited, but, you know, they jumped the gun. But the early kind of talk is that it's Western Athletic.
Yeah.
It's a poll that was done with the Herald Sun down in Melbourne, and you know it's reflective of the people that voted. I didn't vote for it.
Well, you know, because I'm Western Melbourne.
That's right.
You're in Western Sydney.
Yeah, so hopefully it's a name that everybody can resonate with. Hopefully it gives them an identity and they can feel like it's something that the main thing is, as long as it's not generic and they can apply it and they can. When they put on the jersey, that's who they feel they are. And
they are saying it's going to be green and black, which is good.
Love those colours.
No more sky blues. No one else has taken over these damn blues. Got too much blue happening.
Too many reds as well.
We have very similar colours. Adelaide United and West Sydney Wanderers.
But we contrast them well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like on 30-something degree day when we force the West Sydney Wanderers to wear their away kit all black in Adelaide. Poor guys.
What a jersey though.
What a great jersey, oh my god. But yeah, so Western Athletic, you know what, it's better than, in my opinion, it's better than the other options that were on the table. I'm not sure if I'm sold on Western Athletic, but...
I don't know what it is with the fascination with the Australian football public with the word pride.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a vote for a new team, the word pride is there. And I always think, like, why does this work?
Western Pride would not have been good.
No, it just sounds horrible. It just, if anything, it just sounds like a front for a certain political kind of organisation.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm glad that one didn't get up. Athletics sounds quite good. Hopefully it just represented the area, but
You know, whatever those people in that area want, I think go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Because, as we say, it has to reflect those people that live in the area, whoever the hell you people are. It has to reflect you. So if you're happy with it, then we're happy. As long as you're happy, we're happy.
We're happy when you're happy.
Exactly.
Positivity week.
Exactly.
Valentine's Day. Moving on?
Well, you know what, I was reading through, but I'm trying to find more positive things. Look, and the reason we're not talking about, I'm just going to quickly touch that the Matilda's coach, Alan Stadich, we've got a lot of crap going on at the moment with that. And so if you haven't seen, because I guess Australian football have got a lot of weird things happening right now where it's like, it seems to be an explosion.
It's
like something's happening
temporarily
and
blinded
it's exploding.
And deaf and having an inability to communicate
Yeah.
any whatsoever.
Yes, but some people like work, sleep. They've got stages in life where they just haven't even opened their Twitter app yet. They're sick. There's something. This is the first thing you're looking at after being comatose for the last 3 days. He did finally release.
Or a massive bender.
It was
blackout bender.
Alright, that is a tattoo shop at Adelaide at 3 AM kind of bender. Am I right? That is losing the grand final to Adelaide United and getting a tattoo at 3 AM kind of bender. Am I right?
Losing the hotel to was it kind of bender?
But Alan did come out and finally release his side of story, the statement which he he read it out in his press conference. That's available on the football website.
The one without the vowels in it.
No vowels. Football without the vowels. And they're also doing a survey at the moment, and I feel so sorry for Kevin Ayres because people are hammering him about his survey, but we did fill it in last night. And please go on and do that survey because football are really good at doing surveys better than FFA, but they're really good in engaging, and they've got the right idea in mind, and they just want football to succeed. So I think surveys like that are great.
Yeah.
But still, speaking of surveys, so yeah, Staj did come out and gave his word, and you know what? It was so sad. The press conference was so sad to watch. Try not to be negative here. So then he comes out, and then FFA come out with a statement. And you know what, guys, this is what's going to be like until there is some kind of resolution. Someone's going to come out and then FFA has to read a statement. And it's just like...
Oh, it's tit for tat. Yeah, it's not something I expected the new FFA to be, but my motto is in any football organisation, never ask for transparency. You'll never get it. No. But one positive outlook was, what an outfit by Alan Stajic. The white, doing the whole John Travolta with the... love to see that.
The time off is given him time to update his wardrobe.
The poor guy's used to a night tracksuit. Thank you to our friends at Nike, by the way. But wow, what a man finally gets out of his clobber and he's trying to something a bit more,
It was either 7 or 9 months of a payout. I can't remember which was the figure. So he's had a big payout. So he's been able to update his wardrobe.
Yeah, he's gone straight to highest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe even David Jones with a budget like that.
Or even, yeah.
But a lot of questions still out in the open. We've got the Cup of Nations, which starts in probably 3 weeks now, which was meant to be a warm-up for the Matildas World Cup, journey. So we've got teams coming here, everyone's playing, we've got Melbourne games, Sydney games, Brisbane games. That's happening in like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. So we need a coach ASAP. We still don't know why the sacking has happened.
And we're playing some favourites in that tournament. America, Japan, who else? Brazil.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think that's just a 4, isn't it? Yeah.
Which, and we'll be at, another plug, we'll be at the Thursday Sydney game all day long. So come see us and come say hi as per the grand final this weekend.
Do one of these ones.
Hello. But yeah, so there's still no coach, so we don't know why he's been sacked. We don't know what the motive is behind the persons who made sure the sacking happened. All I want to say is can we please get a coach? Go on.
We may never know why this happened, but we do need to start looking at making sure the
it's not, and it's not up to us to question it. Let's all stop. We're not lawyers. We're not going to figure this out. So let's stop questioning it and let's support the FFA, whoever the hell they choose, because we have no option but to support them because it's way too late to make any other changes. So whoever they choose, we are supporting.
Well said, Rhoda.
Thank you. I'm going to be. I know, right? So I'm doing great in my tenure as the CEO of FFA. For those unaware, I am actually the new CEO of FFA. So thank you very much. Very positive. So you know what? We are going to finish it off with our last segment, which I love doing, which is viewer questions, also known as soccer Twitter questions.
From you.
From you lovely people who actually decide to pay attention to us on Twitter.
Our viewers.
Our lovely viewers, all 7 of you.
One
of them's my mum, and one of them's definitely Chrissy. The other one's Cass. We might have a few because
I might watch a replay of this. There's 6.
We've got 10 TLL girls, so there's they all watch it because if they don't, they're fired. I should start sneaking in little things towards the end just to make sure they have watched it and then they can repeat it to me.
Yeah, little things. Cass left your game, your articles. That's horrible. What'd you say? No,
Chrissy, you're fired. Yeah. No, bye, Chrissy. All right. So what are we going to start with? Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? You want me to go for gold? Okay, then.
Go for gold.
So let's start with the good old Christina Trzaska, who has asked us.
A TLL favourite, by the way.
Very favourite. She's
in our hearts.
Till death do us part. She's stuck with me.
Positive.
She's asked thoughts on a goalkeeper. Keep Vedran and use Suman as a second, or start looking for another first choice for next season in relation to the Wanderers. What do you think? Who do you think should be the Wanderers goalkeeper?
Oh, it has to be Samad at the moment. I'm a bit shocked that a senior player that's been granted a 4-year contract, which is almost unheard of in the A-League. This is why you don't do long-term contracts.
Yeah.
Has made these many mistakes. And I think we've got to do a bit more of damage control in our season. It's been no secret for the Wanderers as well that everything that we're doing this season is to prepare for next season, right? Well, this was always going to be our experiment season, but we felt that we might have had the quality to be better than where we are.
Yeah.
Earlier on, the statistics kind of showed that as well, but yeah, unfortunately, it's been a bit of a dumpster fire. So yeah, look, in terms of veteran, for your season, the club needs to make a decision on what they want to do and whether we can convince veteran to do the same. There might be opportunities elsewhere like WMG and possibly for the season after with Southwest Sydney. But yeah, we've got to put our stocks into our youth. I'd love to see Saman getting that opportunity. I think he's the second best, outside of veteran, the best goalkeeper at the club. Just needs to work on his hands a bit more and his confidence, and he'll be right. I then look for another option in this.
I agree. I think regardless of that contract, drop him. I thought drop him before the last brain fart. And I think again, I'm not even a Wanderers supporter, and I'd say, and I generally don't say that about players either. I'm not big on the drop them. I really feel because I see it as they're human beings too, you know. And I hate saying that about someone, but I'm sorry if you are not good at your job. You should not be doing your job.
Sport is a cutthroat business. It's all about success. Yeah,
exactly. And I mean that, you know, if I were Babel, that's what I would do. So the next question from Ryan's Rovers, who sent us a shitload of questions.
Thank you, Ryan.
He's great. He's great. He's such a big TLL fan / a great Rose fan. I think he's just a fan of me in general, which could you blame him? So he's asked, if you could take an A-League player out for Valentine's Day, who would it be? And what would you do? Now, you know what, I'm not going to answer the latter of that question. I'm not going to answer the what would you do, because you know what, this could turn into a real, as we said earlier, after hours special. You know, you're going to need a subscription for that. So let's just not go that.
TLL Plus is what we call
TLL Plus coming to a screen near you. You know what, I would take Ken Ilso out on a date. I haven't snuck around that at all. I would say, and you know, I'm strategic about that because he is single, so I've purposely as well not said anyone in a relationship, although there are still some very good looking players who are also great footballers, because being a good footballer does make you more attractive. Remember that, for all you at home, or even you young, 14, 15-year-olds, just remember that. Being a good footballer makes you a more attractive person. But he's got the personality, he's got the footballing ability, he's got that raw masculinity. I'd definitely, take him out on a date.
And we put you into a certain position as well, and certain areas of the pitch is like that. I'm going. This is reserved to TLL Plus. I apologise.
This is alright. This is a PG show. What about you? Would you like to answer the A-League one, or would you like to answer in a W League?
No, I'll go A-League. Yeah.
You're confident with your sexuality?
I'm very confident. I think Tate Russell's a great looking man. And
Tate Russell?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, and the way that he's come straight into our side, just absolutely killer. Knows his job inside out, and I just feel like if I went on a date with that man on Valentine's Day, he'd pick me up, buy the right flowers, take me to the right place, and just make sure I got home safely and tucked in bed. What a player.
What a player, what a man. So Ryan's Rovers, second of 3 questions. If you were in charge of Western Melbourne Group, which A-League player would you have signed for your first non-visa player? God, I haven't even given this one a thought. I usually think through the questions. Do you have an answer while I'm off thinking?
Well, there is some murmurs going around, but if you're opportunistic and you're scoping out the contracts that are expiring this season, you'd be looking at the top visa players. I think you'd be looking at Boimyohan as well, because I think that if you're building a brand new team, you'd want to have your number 10 to build a player around. You're looking at who's available and trying to, so Boimyohan's the immediate one that comes to mind.
He did ask non-visa player, by the way.
Non-visa player, sorry.
But that's good. We also got a visa player.
We've got a visa player.
Well,
we could go with Josh Risdon, because he already has signed. Evidently that's what WMG has gone with, and it is cheating.
You're so cheating right now.
Yeah, I am. So
I'd go with Economides, because I would sign him to any team I ever made, because right now he's my favourite Socceroos, he's my favourite in the A-League. I just think I am a massive fan of him right now. And he knows that. He knows I'm a massive fan.
I might even go for a Kilkenny.
Oh yeah.
I'd like
if it wasn't for that damn 88 jersey, I'd like him a little bit more. I'm sorry, Killer, but no.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just an absolute, I'd like a mongrel. And I think in the A-League you need an absolute mongrel, or someone that's, absolutely dictates play.
But a lot of those players this season, you know what, it's who they're around as well. They're all complementing each other.
Yeah, because it didn't work for him at City.
No.
No, it didn't work for him
just
at all, Rosa.
Anyway, we could be talking about Perth Glory all night. So, 3 of 3 questions here. How do you rate the Jets' chances of qualifying for the ACL? He's slid in another question.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Palace/Jets kit?
Okay, I'll go with the first question first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go for the second question second.
Generally how it's done, yes.
Well, after the mishap, well, I'd say mishap is very kind words to Dario Simic, who apparently allegedly abused a female on a flight and who's now detained. I think it's pretty much just nullified Persia in their fixture. Yeah, so a lot of that, from what I read up, there's a great article out at the moment with Shabab Hussein. Look him up on Twitter, that's Shabab Hussein, who did a preview. We watched a few of their matches and understood the way they played. They're very direct, they grab the ball from deep and they just go straight. They're very efficient, very quick. Very similar to like a Popovic side in their prime. But their focal point is Simic, who is their striker. And they love crossing in for him. He's the guy that hangs around the box no matter what and just, might even have a cigar out of his mouth and one and just puts them away. So, yeah, so at the moment when you lose Simic in a play like that, Newcastle's only got a great chance, to take advantage of it. It's just a matter of which Newcastle side's going to come out. They can get it together, they can absolutely nullify a side, but can they break down a team that is defensively resolute? We're yet to find out, but I think they're certainly in with a chance, but it won't be easy.
And what do you think of their kit?
I love that kit. I think it's fantastic.
I'm
not a big fan of the Newcastle thing across the front. I'd like a jersey without the sponsorship, But yeah, no, the big fan of the jersey. I'm a big fan of the away jersey, and they've used apparently Nice Orange on Twitter. Ardik has pointed out they're using the same templates as well, and I think this season's been great.
If Jeff approves a jersey, then it's good because he can. I was very nervous to hear what he said about our jerseys when we released them. Like he's he's very judgmental, but in a good way, very constructive criticism. Look, I think it's no big deal that it looks exactly the same as Crystal Palace because we're not playing them.
And what do you think about the first question?
I've got no idea.
Okay.
My knowledge on ACL is atrocious. Absolutely no idea when it comes to Asian teams. I have no idea. I am your A-League and W-League gal. Wouldn't have a clue about the rest.
Fantastic.
I work around the clock in A-League, W-League. I have no time. I attempt Premier League games at night. I really do, and I am so done. I attempt a Serie A from time to time, or La Liga. It's just, all out the door. So Christy's asked another question. Some people really just take the piss with
just
these questions,
greedy
honestly.
This week, guys. Yeah.
Riston has gone to the other West. Just want to specify that. Good times ahead. Should we be throwing in our talented youth academy grads or looking for overseas defenders to replace him?
No, you're throwing the youth for the rest of the season because you want to see which cattle are right and ready to go, and those that can hold their spot will stay. Because that's any youth player that's at that age at 16, 17, 18, the development stops. It's all about experience at that age. It's about getting the opportunity. So it's great to see Tate Russell grab that with 2 hands, and now we're starting to see the TAS. I do. I love my TAS middle quarters. Like to see Grozos get in there with Wonyahan injured at the moment. But yeah, you need to get those young players in because you want to see what they can be made of. And Tate Russell's only gone bad when we shifted to a 3 at the back. But yeah, for next season though, you would be doing your work to try and see who you can bring in. But it'll be interesting because with the motive that Babel has been employed under, he's been employed under to keep his eye and to work with the youth academy and the coaches quite consistently. So it'd be interesting to see which players he can consistently trust. We've seen that with Bacchus throughout the whole season, and that's more out of that's been a massive necessity as well. But yeah, I think that's we'll definitely be strengthening our back line. You'd think.
He's gone with the youth. So we've got Screw_dog who's asked thoughts on Muscat's whistle. Seems outrageous cheating to me, but no one's talking about it.
I love it. If you can
I didn't like it because it was Muscat.
I love Muscat.
I can't stand Muscat.
He's one of my favourite people ever.
I can't even say I hate love him because I don't even love him. I hate and I sometimes like him.
You love to hate him.
I do. I love to hate him so much. I don't think it's cheating.
The show. Valentine's Day.
Love. I don't think it's cheating, but I think it's just a bit of assholery.
I think it's bringing the game a little bit into disrepute, but
Yeah.
you know what, like, you gotta find those edges if you can.
And
you know,
hey, you got a yellow card for it, so
gotta promote the league somehow.
you know, justice was done, and we all got a bit of a lull. So last question for the night. Chrissy, selfish for questions again.
Jesus, Chrissy.
She's asked also,
3 strikes in a row.
what should I wear to the dub this weekend? She wants to know what to wear to the W League Grand Final.
Oh, great question.
I think I'm going to go with my TLL jersey and then wear a nice white vest on top of it. Possibly these leggings, because getting any pants on while you've got a moon boot and wearing them and being comfortable in it is one of the most difficult things. I'd probably also suggest to check the weather for that day. And
closed shoes.
I wouldn't suggest any pretty dresses. Any girls heading to the dub this weekend, no pretty dresses. You're going to Jubilee, you might want to sit on the hill, and we all know what happens when you sit on a hill and you're wearing a skirt or a dress, and the camera's also facing you. Like, just be smart.
Having never had a moon boot, I can totally sympathise with what you're going through.
Thank you.
So I would wear something comfortable and whatever you want to wear. So being on TLL, I'd probably go with a TLL jersey, even a TLL tracksuit.
Yeah, it depends how hot it is, but it is a very nice.
You can roll
light.
it up, like you can just do that that grime kind of look, like the skept art.
Exactly how the players wear. Because they are the exact same kits as what the players have.
Bring that Joey Chambers feel to the game.
Yeah, it's a little bit of swag.
Yeah.
So Josh is going with some swag, Chrissy. I'm just saying, just be smart.
Just be mindful of your sponsors.
Be very mindful of your sponsors. You know, Nike are here for a reason. And Sam Kerr, who is proudly sponsored by Nike. The Nike sponsors will be out.
She was wearing an off-white in the runways.
Oh my god, that was so awesome. Her the photo shoots that she does, like, it's so amazing how they style her. Like, they style, because you know she is a bit of a tomboy, you know, and she's not your your girly girl. And I love that they style her in nice clothes and actually keeps her personality in it. You know,
I think it's important. I think because it's such a male-dominated thing that you need to be very mindful of these things as well, because it's a sport that's massively on the growth, you know, and it's been we're in that interesting spot, which is fantastic for the to see this growth as well come through. That we're starting to granted we have a lot of errors, women's team account and a men's team's account and all this kind of nonsense, but finally it's great to see the brands take advantage and to know how to market this properly. And
overall, worldwide, women's football is growing. I mean, you're always going to have those assholes saying, "No, I don't care about women's football," and they like men's. But you know what? That's fine. Watch the men's. If you only like men's, then only watch the men's. No one's putting a gun to your head. But for all those that love women's football, it's so exciting. It is so exciting to be a part of it. I think it's that
pioneer kind of stage as well. Like it's something that America's has done to death incredibly well, that a lot of the American players won't go to Europe yet. I mean, like we saw this with Kerr as well. She turned down going to PSG.
Yeah.
Like those are imagine that in the men's side of things, turning down Paris.
I know.
Like that's just unheard of. Like, but that's the where the game is currently for women's football, and it's great to see that. Like to see these grassroots women's teams both in overseas and locally to build up their own brand, like Chicago Red Stars and all these kind of big names. That's the things you want to see.
Sometimes it's the person as well. Like these women, that they understand it. They understand where women's football is. Sam Kerr, that would have gone through her head when she thought about accepting that marquee signing for Perth Glory rather than going to PSG. She had the mind of W League was in her mind when she made that decision. She knew that would be a very big opportunity. She knew she could make money elsewhere. She knew she can do things.
And turned down the opportunity because Nike's a massive. Paris is such a big Nike thing. So Paris is one of those clubs that if they want to do an experiment with, like the Jordan kit, or they do runway kind of stuff with Paris, like they're a big fashion brand as well as being a football club. So it took a lot of guts from Kerr, and I think the W League has benefited at large. And I think a bit of credit to the Fox Sports and the FFA for getting together and making her a part of the marquee fund. So I think that's just been an absolute.
She makes headlines. She makes massive headlines. She's well worth the money 100%. That was spent. And not only Perth Glory are rubbing their hands together because of they're seeing all the success through it. But she does great things for the brand in Australia, for the Matildas, for Perth Glory, for W League.
We've seen all that success and what it means for young women.
Yeah.
You know, and seeing that you can have this, yes, it is possible to have a career as a female as well, and to achieve those dreams of what you want to do.
Exactly. Like you do have to do it tough, and a lot of the girls do have part-time jobs, full-time jobs, or just play, you know, over in America and they come back to Australia. They play round the clock.
They have a harder schedule than the men do.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But that's kind of the beauty of it as well. Like, I know that sounds a little bit selfish as someone who watches football because they work their asses off. So it may sound a bit selfish, but part of it is you can see the hunger. You can see how badly they want to win because they work so damn hard for this win. They're so desperate for the win. And they put their everything into football. Whereas you have so many men who are on, they could be on average wages, or they could be on like 80k or something like that, you know, a decent wage. And they're like, I'm getting paid, I'm happy to come in.
Oh yeah, you always get that in men's football.
And like,
but
you'll
never get that at the moment, you won't get that in women's football because you can't rely on it.
No, they can't. They have to be hungry. The reports are that's what Janetovic is like at the moment, and is stealing a living in goals at Wanderers. I mean, that's all just hearsay right now. But that kind of attitude, I kind of believe it when people say that. I don't usually believe gossip, but I kind of believe it because of the way that he plays.
Yeah.
And it's not enjoyable to watch the way he plays, whereas you don't see that in the women's football. That's what I find exciting.
Oh, I think it's great. Yeah, like it's so many great things going for it, and we'll only see a future of it keep on building and building. You know what's funny is we're aiming for a future for women's league where they can actually go, alright, you can have a few passenger players that I'm just doing this because I can make a living out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that sounds like that's going to be a future problem. You know, but that's what you're looking to achieve, which is really exciting to see, and what will eventually be growing here in this country and around the world.
Yep, exactly. And
Positivity week.
On that positive note, I think it's time to wrap this up because we've probably easily gone over an hour by now.
Yeah, that's positive.
I mean, if I've learned anything from listening to Around the Block is that Josh Shepherd does not like when you go over an hour.
Hate it.
He hates it so much. So, and I agree. So, you know what, he's going to be rubbing his hands together if we have gone over an hour because he's probably just going to think, suckers, you know. It's not me, it's not my problem, it's not my company, I don't care. You can go over an hour as much as you want. But no, seriously, so we'll wrap this up now. Thank you for coming.
No, thanks for having me. It's been fantastic to be here. It's my first time on a visual kind of stage like this, but yeah, it's great. It's lovely to talk football.
Well, we have flowers, you know.
I feel special.
I made sure, you know, got the cushion out, you know, we've got the big banner here. I made it a lovely experience.
I might even come back.
Oh my god, he might come back. Wow, I never had men come back after the first time. So, you know, really excited to hear that.
It's Valentine's week after all.
Had to throw in one little innuendo, you know, it's just not...
It wouldn't be the TLL way.
Exactly, it's not a show without me if there's not an innuendo. So, anyway, we're going to in-you-out go.
Oh, hello.
And a dad joke. Alright, so we are out. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week.